at Pine Grove Cemetery in New Bedford, Massachusetts, and we're a few days away from Memorial Day. It's kind of cold right now and raining, but I know that there's going to be a vet out here, and he's placing these flags, and you can see him, he's down there. So I am going to get a couple of shots for one of the probably most important holidays of the year, and it's been a long tradition that tombstones of veterans get their American flags. And this particular cemetery in the north end of the city, you can see that there's some really old gravestones there and some relatively new ones here. So let's go photograph and I'll show you what I do. Alright, you can see that there's a pattern, and he's putting the flag on the left side of the gravestone. So that's, you know, you look for the patterns and look to see if there's something that you can anticipate. So if I'm standing on this side and I'm photographing this way, the gravestone's going to be between the subject, the flag, and me. So I have to try to see if there's a different angle, so maybe photograph this way and see if we can get a good shot, or wait for like a bigger gap. And you can see that Chris is also not putting it on every single gravestone, and we'll ask him about that in a minute here. Christopher.
Yes.
This is Christopher Gomes. How are you?
Good, yourself?
Very well. And you are a veteran?
Yes.
And you are currently the Veterans Liaison?
The veteran agent for New Bedford.
The veteran agent for New Bedford.
Yep.
And I've seen you do the flags on a couple of years. What does this mean to you?
Oh, it means a lot. You know, at the end of the day, you know, the only thing that you really go into service and promise is, you know, I have a flag in your grave when you pass away. So it's an honor to put the flag down on a veteran's grave, letting them know that they're still remembered.
And how many years have you been doing this?
Since I came home. Volunteered in the beginning when I first came back, and now kind of in charge of some of the cemeteries, making sure they get done. So, you know, probably 12 years now.
Yeah, well, and we can also see that you're missing a leg.
Yep.
Tell me about it.
2008, got blown up in Iraq on my second deployment. We were 13 months in of a 15-month deployment. Almost made it. You know, roadside bomb went off, and that was the beginning of a long road of recovery and getting back to normal life, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, what does it feel like to be out here, man? And it's like you're surrounded by people who are no longer among us, but who, you know, made some big sacrifices for the country. Oh. And you've made your own sacrifices as well. I mean, it's pretty special, no?
Yeah, well, everyone in this section, every veteran here, all signed the same line. We all signed a blank check to the government, you know, up to and including our life. Some gave their life, some, you know, passed on after they came home. You know, some are part of the 22, you know, fall to, you know, mental illness. But you know, to be here and to flagging these graves, brothers and sisters that, even though we didn't necessarily serve, but we all have that same connection going back to the Revolutionary War. We all signed that line. We all did our part for the country. So again, it's just, it's the least that we could do is put a flag on the brothers and sisters' graves.
Now, I noticed that you're not putting a flag on every single one. So tell me about it. What are we looking for?
Well, when you come up to a veteran stone, you're looking for the veteran's markings, his service. It's usually fairly easy to point out. But along with the veteran, if they're married, their wife will be buried alongside with them. So we won't put a flag on the wife's grave. So we do have to be careful of which graves are veterans and which ones are the wife.
And in this particular cemetery, we have like World War II all the way to present, right?
Oh, there's Spanish-American War in here.
Really?
Yes. Actually, these couple up here are all.
Wow.
So it goes quite a way back. Spanish-American Civil War.
Wow.
They're all here.
Well, thanks for your service, Chris. Really appreciate you, man.
Thank you.
All right, now it's time for me to continue photographing, and he's going to continue doing his thing.
Not too bad.
Now that I've shot some pretty close stuff, I'm going to probably go back out there and I'm going to try to compress the space a little bit so that we can take advantage of the rows of flags. But it's very important to always get not just one type of photo, but a series of types, maybe a couple of detail shots, some longer shots, some closer stuff. But let's see what we can do with that. You can see that the wind's blowing in this direction, so that little flag over there kept on popping up, and it just made for a really strong foreground element. The key, of course, is that it's hard because he's moving away from us, so his back is towards me, but that's still it's still a powerful shot. All right, guys, I'm out of here. Chris, what can I say, man? Thank you for what you've done, for what you do, for the city, for the vets. We appreciate people like you.
Thank you.
Good seeing you, bud.
Same.
All right, I'm gonna let Chris go because I know he's just dying to carry more flags. And it's just one of those things that you have to spend a little bit of time, but always try to get different perspectives, different ways of looking at it. But it's not that hard to get good photos of something like this. And then when you grow relationships with people like Christopher here, then it's all good. So for those of you who have some loved ones who are in the military who have since left us, well, I guess I could say happy Memorial Day, but I don't know if there's anything happy about it. So, it is what it is.